Hi there, in this video we are going to look to add more than one stroke to a path. What that means is that there's just one path and these extra strokes applied to it. Makes it cool when we do lame old roads like this. Okay, you can see it follows along and it's just one path. You can turn it into a style so that you can apply it simply quickly. Cool, let's go and learn how to build that now. Okay, so first up, open strokes.ai from the exercise files. You don't obviously need that one, but if you want to follow along, I'm going to draw a shape. I'm going to draw a star. I'm going to give it no fill for the moment, just to give our effect its full awesomeness. Okay, I'm going to move it down so you can see it. So first up, I'm going to give it a stroke weight of something kind of heavy, maybe 10 point. I'm going to give it a fill color of anything. I'm going to use the colors that I've got here in my swatches panel. Now, adding more strokes is easy. You need to use the appearance panel. Now in this version, you can hit the little dotted lines and it opens up, or you can go to window appearance. And all you need to do is click kind of where your stroke is and then click this new one. Okay, duplicate selected item. Okay, now I've got two lines. Now they're the same color and the same width, so it's not going to work. So all I need to do is pick a new color and pick a new size. I'm going to go up to 20. Awesome, huh? And that's it. That's how you add more than one stroke. You can add as many as you like. Okay, I'm going to add another one. And down here, I'll show you a little trick. Say you want to jump sizes big. Okay, so instead of going up 1, 1, 1, 1, hold shift and click the up. Okay, and it goes up at 10 points. Okay, you can get really big chunks. Also, you can play with layer order, decide on who's on the bottom and who's on top. Okay, so if you get it around the wrong way, just click, hold, and drag them. Now, let's apply it to a couple of things. So let's go to, I'm going to grab my lips tool, I'm going to draw my lips. Okay, and I can use my eyedropper tool to select the center of this, and it'll apply. Now, one thing to note as well is that if I grab my black arrow and shrink this down, it depends on what your setting was last, but if I shrink this down, can you see it's actually made the lines proportionately smaller? That's maybe what you want. Okay, but know that with it selected, actually click off into the background. Nothing selected. There's this one here, it says scale, stroke, and effects. If I turn that off, you get a different effect. Okay, so hold shift, scale it down. You see it retains the same matching size. That's kind of what I want to do, right? I want a couple of shapes that I can resize, that match this. So yeah, just have nothing selected, turn that on and off. Now we've just done some, I guess, interesting strokes. Now I teach lots of different people Illustrator. You know, sometimes it's designers, illustrators, fashion designers, urban planners. Okay, everyone has a use for Illustrator. Now let's say that the urban planners, right? They do a lot of things like roads and detailed drawings on maps and stuff. So let's grab our pencil tool. You might find yours underneath the shaper tool. I'm just going to draw out a shape, right? And I'll show you kind of a cool thing we can do with it selected. You can get quite complex. Okay, so I'm going to start with maybe a dark gray, maybe a light gray. Okay, and the size wise, I'm going to, make it 40 points. Okay, and next thing I want to do is I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm just going to show you, right, how you can build some reasonably complex, 10 more points, maybe a little bit more. That's going to be the edge of my road. I'm actually going to have another one that's going to be yellow. And it's going to be, I don't know, 2 points. We drag it to the top here, and with it, you can click on stroke and say, actually, get all your stroke options here. You can have dashed. Okay, if it's dotted, weirdly, you leave that 0. Dashed, you leave that 0, and that gap 2. You can get dotted and dashed. Okay, and you also might need to switch the caps to rounded. And then, actually, the gap probably needs to be bigger, 20. If you didn't know how to make dotted lines, you do now. Weirdly, it's really hard. Dashed is easy, but dotted, you got to put 0 and then the gap spacing and make sure that you're not on butt cap, you're on round cap. But let's say you make it even more detailed and you want to use it over and over again for other projects. I'm not sure why we've got dotted lines, but anyway, with it selected, you can use your graphic styles library. It's under window, down here, graphic styles. Okay, and with it selected, just drag it into there. Okay, and the cool thing about that now is I can draw any lines instead of using my eyedropper tool. Okay, pencil, let's go. Okay, select it. Cool, huh? Do the same with these guys. You can use that one, drag it in. Okay, now the interesting thing, the thing that happens is if I make a new document, okay, those don't come along. Okay, so you can see it's kind of cleared off. So what you can do is, say you do spend some time, say you're a fashion designer and you make some cool kind of like maybe some zip patterns or some sort of seams, okay, and you make some complex things and you want to save them out to share them with yourself or with other people in your team. What you can do is you can tidy this one up. So, go away. I'm going to select all of these and just bin them. Okay, so let's say I've made just this one here. I think you need to leave the default in there. So what we can do now is go into this option here and say, I would like my friend to be saved. Okay, give it a name. And yeah, store that somewhere, and it might be called all your roads and all your stitching. Okay, and if you want to load it, so you go to new document, you say open, and down the bottom here it says other library, and go find that thing you just saved, and it will load in there. There are some interesting ones in here. Have a look. These are the defaults from Illustrator. I'm not a fan of them all. Neon's kind of cool. Okay, some kind of cool neon one. That's my favorite of the bunch. Come on, 80s. Let's get all neon. And let's zoom in. It's kind of neon, right? Yeah, anyway. So graphic style library, also know that there are other people who have made graphic styles libraries. So I bet you if you have a look, Google graphic styles for stitching, you will find some sort of stuff out there. Just download it and go to that open library. All right, I hope that was interesting. Let's get on to the next video.